Hey everybody, Mom Brandon Kid here, back again. How's everybody? I am finally caught up on the past 4 weeks of books. So I'm completely caught up, guys. I'm gonna review the last books that came out last week. Um, and pretty much I'll be all caught up now. Big accomplishment, yeah. But yeah, I'll be all caught up and that'll be good. So I got books from the big two. Last week I got books from the big two as well as some good indie books as well. So let's start it off with Marvel, and we're going to start off with Amazing Spider-Man number 724, I believe. I'm losing count of the original numbering. But once again, the Alex Ross covers are beautiful. This basically deals more of this is the conclusion of the first story arc that dealt with the Zodiac, and Peter is dealing with a lot of things on different ends. He's dealing with the Zodiac. He's dealing with um, things that's going down in Parker Industries, and he's trying to balance both lives. A friend of mine said that Peter Parker now is is basically Blue Beetle. He is Ted Kord. And you know what? When I think about it, that's a good comparison. He is Ted Kord now. He is kind of like Ted Kord, and and that's it was very good. I was like, yeah, that's a good resemblance in terms of it. But basically, the Zodiac travel to England. They break into the British Museum and try to steal this artifact, and Peter thinks he's got everybody, got them pretty much because remember they've stolen his technology in a sense, his tech, and Peter and Shield try to put their plans together and try to flush out the Zodiac. But it's almost as if the the head Scorpio is like a step ahead of them, and what you think was going on, he does a whole 180, and it just turns out to something more to it. The biggest surprise of this issue was finding out that about basically about a certain doctor, as well as the other big surprise is finding out that the shareholder of Parker Industries is, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Even though this is a week old, I'm still not going to ruin it. This was pretty decent slot. And Christos Gage, I think, does the, no, Camilla Cole and Dan Slott and Christos Gage, I think, co-wrote this together. And Camilla Cole does the artwork. But yeah, not bad. We move on to Angela, Queen of Hell, issue number 3. Marjorie Bennett still doing a fantastic job with this series, in my opinion. In this issue, as we all know, to become the new ruler, monarch of Hell, you got to go through a trial. Angela knows that she's not strong enough to defeat her aunt, who is Hela, um, and we see her going through the next trial with a little help from a servant of Hela, which was very interesting. And we also get to see two individuals, well, three later in on the last panel, two individuals who have two Asgardians who have been long dead for a long time, Tear and Balder the Brave. And Balder is looking at his sister because it's been announced that Balder is Thor's brother as well, and he's very, very like confused in a sense, like that's her. Um, and that's my little sister, younger sister, older sister, one of them. Uh, but the more also is we get a good in-depth look, and this was good writing by Miss Bennett, no relation to me. Um, that we get to see how screwed up or just how harsh Angela's life was, even when she was with the angels in a sense. It was really messed up. But this was still good. I enjoyed this very much. Does Angela succeed in the second trial? I'm not gonna ruin it for you. You just gotta find out for yourselves. We move on to Astonishing Ant-Man #3. We talk about those beautiful um, Alex Ross covers. The When they do Ant-Man, he always gets these cool Mark Brooks covers, and they always turn out pretty good. In this issue, now you got to remember, guys, this book takes place past and present. In the present, right now, Scott is back in jail, and I guess the the story in between that is trying to showcase how he ended up back in jail. But in this issue, he teams up with an old fellow Avenger, actually one of his old roommate when they lived in the Avengers mansion, Sam Wilson, aka Captain America at the time. At the time when they were with the Avengers, Sam was still the Falcon. Sam comes along and tells uh, Scott, "Hey, I need you. Want to help me on a mission?" Scott's like, I got my own problems and things like that. And Scott's like, Sam's like, look, come on, do it for Captain America. And the running gag so far that I've seen in almost every book is do it for Captain America, but you're not Captain America. You're not the real Captain America. And it's just like, really? We're going there, right? But yeah, and that's the running gag through a lot of books. They are always messing with Scott on that, Sam on that. But it gets really weird at the time because they start dealing with kind of like a kaiju monster called Giganto. Yeah, and that's nearly big enough to destroy the city of Miami, deal with Shield and things like that. And it was it was fun, but it got a little bit like really Godzilla-esque or Gamera or something like that. But it was cool. I did enjoy it. It was fun. And the ending, we get to see the Beetle has returned. Remember, the Beetle now is a female. But yeah, Astonishing Ant-Man #3. Not bad. Nick Spencer, I think. All right, let's move on to Daredevil #2. Charles Soule, Garney. Mm, this was good. Mr. Soul, I knew, I knew, I knew. Good faith in you. You're not trying to, you're not trying to top Mr. Wade. You're not trying to do his stuff. No, you're making Daredevil your own. And in this, we get to see that Matt's first case as a DA doesn't go as according to plan. He has his witness. Looks like it's going to be a slam dunk. Not so fast. 10 fingers. That dude fucking is creepy as hell. You say what you want. You say what you want, dude. You say you run a church. All you run is a damn cult. Okay? And we get more of Matt training with Blindfold, his partner. And Matt's trying to teach him about things about not relying so much on his powers, because Blindfold can go invisible, and he's trying to tell him, stop, don't rely on that. And there's this great line here that I loved, is where they're training, and then Blindfold gets all upset about it, and Matt says, you throw Tony Stark into a desert without his armor, he'll probably come out with an armor made of sand or something like that. And basically what he's saying is that the armor is not what makes Tony Stark. It's this. And that's what you got to use. And I like that. The biggest thing is, but Blindfold is getting a little patient. His real name is Samuel Chung. I'll let you know. Yes, Samuel Chung. He's a little impatient. He's an impatient young man, and he really wants to take out 10 fingers right away, because he realized that maybe nobody else is going to help. You know, he lives in Chinatown, and So, but Daredevil's really not, Matt's really not, he doesn't have a lot of intel on Ten Fingers. He doesn't know if this guy has powers. Is he a mutant, or is he an inhuman? He doesn't really know. But because of his apprentice, his protege, his disciples' impatience, Matt goes in. Then they scope out the area. They see him doing something, using his abilities, and Matt instantly recognizes the abilities that Ten Fingers is using. He jumps down and he says this, and I quote, he says, "I recognize that power. You stole it." And basically saying what the power that Ten Fingers have, this guy right on the cover with the 10 fingers, has powers that he's stolen from someone else. And Matt says, "Trust me, get rid of them because there's going to be problems." And as soon as he says that, one of Ten Fingers' boys gets killed, and you see who he stole the power from, and it was a major shock. And I'm just like, ooh, Mr. Soul, you got me. I'm like, okay. And I'm going to admit, steal from these people, you in some deep dog shit. And Ten Fingers, you, my friend, are in dog shit. Good stuff. Daredevil #2. Good stuff. So let's move on to another was good, in my opinion. Extraordinary X-Men #4, Mr. Lemire. Ramos, your artwork, I'm tolerating it, dude, but we don't have to play Captain Obvious and figure out that it's sinister. Nathaniel Essex is back. And he has Ileana, he has the Rasputin siblings as well as Kurt. And Kurt is talking a lot of this weird talk, and it's just like, I'm like, okay, something's wrong with Kurt. I'm thinking, I literally thought, okay, because Kurt lost his tail, something's wrong with him now. So he's speaking all this almost weird prophecy talks. The X-Men deal with the situation that they were dealing um, with the demons and everything like that. Used great teamwork and everything like that. It was cool. Um, the team reconnects a little bit. Some of them reconnect with Old Man Logan. Bobby is just like, "It's good to have you back, Logan." Logan's like, "It's good to be back, Frosty," things like that. And he's kind of like, "I don't want to be here," but Storm just calls bullshit on him, like, "You're lying. You're enjoying this." So when they do go track down Sinister, Sinister is trying to. He knows about the situation with the Terrigen mist in the air, and it's killing. It's hurting mutants. It's killing them. Things like that. So what he's trying to do is he's been experimenting using his mad scientist, routine that he's always do to try to help the mutants in a sense, but for his own, not for just the sake of mutant kind. He says, "I'm going to create as you all know, what the scientific term for mutant is in the Marvel Universe." Well, he says, "I'm going to create a Homo superior superior, one that is immune to the Terrigen and everything like that." And he says Ileana is the key because she is not just a mutant, but she knows magic, and so he feels that magic is also a plea and a key element to it. Um, but it's the ending, guys, that really is just like, really, Lemire, you're going there already. I'm like, really? Okay, let's see where this goes. But other than that, I won't spoil what that ending was, but let's just say it may have your jaws dropping. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #2, Amy Reeder and Monteclair. This continues to just be fun as it was. The first issue was just fun. This is fun. So Lucena is uh, Lunella is basically now confronted. She's still confronted by a devil dinosaur. He's got her, and he's just walking around Midtown Manhattan. Everybody's freaking out and everything like that. the the folk, meaning-minded folk, the cave that people that came through the portal with Devil Dinosaur, they're in hiding and they're looking at all these people there. They're in the train station, and they're just watching people buy stuff at the train station, swipe their Metro card through the ticket holder to get on a train and everything, and they're just watching it. You just see them in the dark, and they're just like that. Just faces just so funny, and then they realize, okay, so that's how you go through, and they steal people's clothing, and then they start walking around town like, okay, we're incognito. Yeah, you're incognito a little bit, but your guys are hairy as fuck. You got elongated sloping heads, and it's just so funny. But the situation with Moon Girl and Devil is just really funny. Amy Reader they're just doing a good job with this. It's not supposed to be taken too seriously, but still just have fun. Um, and you kind of feel sorry for Little, because she's really intelligent, and she just doesn't know what to do with this big red dinosaur T-Rex or dinosaur. But it was fun. All right, let's move on to New Avengers number 4. Beware, Morden Dunn, Space Wizard of the Fifth Cosmo. This was, um, Mr. Ewan, I'm not really sure where you're going with this. So basically, we find out that in the last issue, Hulkling was kidnapped by people just like himself, hybrid, Skrull and Kree hybrids. They believe Hulkling is their king, and he is to battle this space wizard right here in the cover. The rest of the team goes in to help, and Hawkeye really starts to question how come Roberto, aka Sunspot, doesn't go on missions with them anymore. Monica, Songbird, Melissa Gold tells Hawkeye why, and then you finally get to know why. Hawkeye's thinking, oh, what is he losing his powers? And it is the Terrigen Mist is hurting him, and so once again, remember, Sunspot is a mutant, so it's affecting him too. Excuse me. But then Hawkeye kind of questions. He's like, okay, if it's affecting him, how come Squirrel Girl isn't affected by it? Yeah, Squirrel Girl is a mutant too, and she just kind of says a little bit more that I'm not kind of fully mutant. There's something to do with what my mother told me and things like that. I'm like, okay. Um, but the storytelling was okay. This was it perfect? No. Um, this series just seems to really kind of go out there with the weirdness. That's what I'm getting from this Avengers title. It gets weird. And the biggest thing is that Wiccan has he he's now no longer going to be going under Wiccan anymore. He's got a new name. What it is, I won't spoil it. You can just find out for yourselves, or just ask me in a personal message or something. But yeah, this was okay. All right. We'll move on to Sam Wilson, Captain America number 4. Yeah. A lot of people are not really feeling what you're doing here, Mr. Spencer. That you started out pretty good, and now you got weird. You went from this now into the Twilight Zone. Sam is still dealing with the fact that he is still half wolf after what Carl Malice did to him. We get to see Claire Temple, night nurse, in this, and she even comes in to try to help. And she even says, Sam, I can't do anything about this. It's temporary. It's temporary to go away. We also have this corporation has made a deal with the Serpent Society, and it gets really like, what? Like, and one of one of their members is telling them like these people are bad, and it's almost like nobody is listening to them. and it's just sick. Um, it was okay, but nothing great. Um, it was good to see Diamond back again, but then I was like, really? Like she really? I was like, really, Diamondback? You that's your play now? But the biggest thing is also the fact that we know that there's an all new Falcon coming. And Marvel and Nick Spencer, you fucking gave it away. It was like I know exactly who the new Falcon is gonna be, and they already showed it. And I'm like, yeah, good idea of spoiling that, Marvel. Good idea. Try to fix that. Good luck with that. Let me move on to the last Marvel book I got was Spider-Woman #2. Hopeless Rodriguez. This was fun. So the last issue we saw is Jessica accepts Carol's idea to go to this intergalactic, hospital and get tested out, see how her baby's doing and everything like that. Lo and behold, Skrulls are there. Now we all know Jessica has a long history with Skrulls, and basically this is a fun issue where it's Skrulls versus Jessica and other pregnant women, and I'll leave it at that. The ending was really interesting too, but yeah, this was fun. That's all it was. All right, move on to DC. Got three DC for you. Cyborg #6. David Walker. Man, I guess this is the conclusion of the Techno Sapien story. Cyborg deals with the threat of the Techno Sapiens, but in doing so, in a sense, Cyborg has evolved, or he has done something that he is keeping dead secret from everybody. He's not telling anybody what he's been able to do. And when I saw what he's done, I was just like, whoa, okay, that's interesting. Um, I can understand where they're trying to go. Mr. Walker's trying to go with this title. Is trying to put Cyborg on that pedestal of what with his other fellow Justice League members, and he pretty much does. He saves the world from an invasion. But yeah, the ending and what he can do was like, all right. He-Man, Attorney Wars #3. Holy crap, Mr. Avenant. This was good. You're killing it on this title, my man. You're killing it. So Adam is still dealing with the battle within from King Hiss. The Eternians are still trying to break into Castle Grayskull, where Skeletor is as well. And it doesn't go as according to plan with Fisto and Fisto, She-Ra, Manny-Face, and all those people, even the Snake Men. But once Skeletor comes back into the picture, I'm like, whoa. And it was then we see E-Man or Adam come into the fold. And I'm just like, God damn it. What is going to happen next? This was good. I loved, also, forgot to mention, I love what Man at Arms did to Triclops in this as well. We move on to issue #3 of Titan Hunt. Avenant again, back on and writing again. And I'm glad to know that my bro Blue Goblin enjoyed the first issue. I sent this to him as well. I'll get the rest of it out to you, bro. Don't worry. So this picks up right where it left off. So we have Garth, Donna Troy, and Dick on the beach, and Donna Troy and Garth are going at it. Lilith is dealing with her side. Mal and Karen are dealing with something in terms of their picture. especially Karen. She starts investigating it. Roy is in jail, and next you know, here comes Ganar, and all that keeps leading up. Everybody, including Dick, Donna, and Garth, they're all saying the same thing. I know you. Why do I know your name? It's impossible. We've never met before, but I know your name. You know, and then this big reveal opens up in there, and I thought it was okay, all right. And then Donna Troy even says at one point, you know, yeah, we may have known each other, but there was also we known each other of a different name, an invisible name, and she says the name that Dick once used, and I was just like, okay. So far so good. This has been a good series so far. We're only 3 and 12 more issues to go. Makes you wonder how they're gonna play this off, but this was good. All right, move on to Graphic India, and we're going to Stanley's Chakra, the Invincible, #6. Once again, this was great. Raju, aka Chakra, the Invincible, he gets into basically his first supervillain fight, and that's pretty much the basis of it. You know, he's dealing with superpowered individuals like himself who want his suit. Um, he's having a little bit of a button heads with his older brother Samir, and Samir's keeping stuff from him as well. One of the things is that Samir is a part of this team of that are trying to kidnap him. But this was really good. I enjoyed this very much. The like I said, guys, this is a title that you got to really look at, despite the cartoony artwork. But it's good storytelling. Very good. Moving on to the final issue of Shadow Tiger, issue 4. Chuck Dixon does a good job, and Graham Nolan does a good job again with this. So pretty much, Shadow Tiger is dealing with the source of the power of the gems, and dealing with another member who has the gems that give him his power, and we get into an individual who's stolen their powers, and it comes full circle pretty well. But it ends on a cool note though, you know, and I was just like, okay, not bad at all. All right, move on to Dynamite with Will Eisner as the Spirit, #6. Matt Wagner still does a good job with this title. Mr. Eisner would be pleased, Mr. Wagner. So basically, this is basically Spirit kind of telling his team a story and a lost adventure he had. That's pretty much basically it. Some people are still coping with the fact that the Spirit is back in Central City and things like that. Chief Dalton is having issues with other officials or the mayor. You know, he was thinking about retiring from being commissioner, but now he's like, you know, especially after what's going on, he's just like, fuck it, I'm staying on. But this was not bad at all. And last but not least, we have is IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, #53, Eastman and Waltz. Dali Dalian's Dalinaz artwork is okay, but I gotta agree. April's in this issue, and she looks like she's damn near 13, 14 years old. She really looks too young. Mikey is with the Mighty Mutanimals, and they're welcoming him with open arms. Even Old Hub, but then there's also some things like Old Hub is really kind of like hiding something, and Mikey kind of knows it. He's really hiding something. Um, Casey's father has escaped from prison, and Casey now is on the trail trying to track down his father. Um, Raph is dealing. Raph even comes talk to Casey about how much he's worried about his little brother. A lot of people are saying the same thing about, like, how does it feel to be a part of the Foot? Or and a lot of people are still standing on the fact that since Master Splinter is leading the Foot, they're in good hands. Now, like I said, Mikey is on some missions with the Mighty Mutantables and um, raiding raiding factories and things like that, or stopping um, arms deals, and look like they turn over good and deep. And Mikey's cool with it. He's all good about it, but still in the back of his mind, he can't trust old Hub, and he has every good reason, because at the end, hoo, 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 not bad, not bad at all. Well, guys, that is it. I have completed. I am all caught up. I am back on track. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys thought about last week's books. I will see you guys later with next review, as always. And as always, guys, you know where you can find me. Find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook. Uh, Follow me here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my bros, Blue Goblin, Brandon Hex, Kinetic Head, the Board and Brag, Mark, Bad Boy Mark, Mr. J, Comic Uno, all those good fellow reviewers. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Trust in me, and I'll get you through. Put your faith in me. Or I should do, trust in me. Sorry, guys, I've been watching too much of the Jungle Book trailer too much. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. I'll see you guys next time, as always. And this is Mom and the Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, get real, guys. I'm out.